everyone, happy Tuesday. So we're going to jump into a bit of mobility and then we'll finish off with core. So once again, we're going to start from our ankles and work our way up. So get over to a wall. You want your toes ideally, once again, 5 inches out from the wall. Heel stays flat on the ground and you're bringing your knee into the wall. So you're just going to tap your left knee off the wall 10 times. And just hold this position. And swap legs. Opposite foot about 4 to 5 inches out from the wall, keeping your heel on the ground, tapping your knee 10 times. And on the 10th one, hold. Perfect. Once you have that completed, you're going to balance on the wall, bring your right leg out and across your body. And we're going to do that 12 times. And then switch legs. Next, you're going to face forward, and you're taking your right leg, bringing it back, and kicking it forward 12 times. And switch. Perfect. Once you have that done 12 times, you're going to come over to your mat, keeping your heels flat on the ground, back nice and straight. You're sinking into a deep squat. Pushing your hands just against your elbows, hands against your elbows against your knees. And you're just going to shift left to right. Right hand goes up in the air. And left. Keeping your hands on the ground, you're just going to extend your knees. Slowly coming up, you're going to cross your right leg over your left and go back down. And slowly up, switching legs. Left goes over right. again, slowly up. This time, as you go down, you're walking your hands out into downward dog, pushing the base of your hands into the ground. You're going to lift your heels up and down. If your back isn't straight, just put a bit of a bend in your knees. We'll start with the right leg, bringing it up in between your hands, dropping your back knee, and you're pushing your hip forward. And you're going to get 8 circles on your right arm. And 8 circles in the opposite direction. From here, you're putting your hand into the inside of your foot. Your back leg is coming up and turning sideways, and you're going to lift your other hand off of the ground. If you can, lift the opposite arm off the ground as well. Hands come back down, foot goes back, hips are in the air, walking your heels up and down. In that same right leg, you're going to slowly bring to the outside of your hands. From here, you are dropping your elbows down to the ground. Coming up, you're just going to take a bit of pressure and push your knee outwards, opening up your hips. Right, foot goes back, hips in the air again. Just walking your heels out, and we're going to go over to the left side. So left leg comes up in between your hand. Drop that back knee down, and you're pushing your hip forward. And same on the left side, we're going to have 8 circles. And in the opposite direction. Hands coming to the inside of your foot, back leg going up and turning sideways, and you're lifting your arm off of the ground. And if you can, lift that opposite arm up as well. Hands come back down, foot goes back, hips go up, walking your heels out again. You're going to take that left leg, bring it up, and slowly to the outsides of your hand. And from here, you're dropping your elbows to the ground. Hands are coming up. And you're putting a tiny bit of pressure on the left knee, opening up your hip. Foot goes back, knees go down, and you're just going to sink into a child's pose. Hands over to the right, stretching out your lats. And over to the left. You're going to come back to center, and from here you're going to go into tabletop position. So right now we're going to do 12 cat camels. So for those, you're going to round your back and then arch your spine. So that counts as one. We're going to do that 10 times. From here, you're going to take your left leg, put it out in front of you at a 90-degree angle, and you're going to take your opposite foot and grab hold of it with your hand, pulling it in towards your glutes, and you should feel a nice quad stretch. Slowly releasing it, you're going to switch legs, starting at a 90-degree angle. Get comfortable and grab your back leg. Coming back down, from here you're going to keep your hips nice and high, and you're going to go back into a child's pose. Hands over to the right. And over to the left again, keeping those hips in the air. You're going to come back to center and go into a cobra stretch. Here you're going to drop your left shoulder looking over your right. And drop your right looking over your left. And you're going to come flat onto your stomach. From here, arms are out wide. You're going to take your left foot, bring it across your body, stretching at your back. And switch. Back on your stomach. Give yourself a... You're taking your thumbs, starting behind your back, and you're bringing them over your head. And you're going to do that 12 times, keeping your chest raised off the ground slightly. You're doing this 10 times. On the 10th one, keep your thumbs behind your back and just drop your elbows to the ground. Alright, from here, you're going to turn onto your side, grabbing the top of your foot, pushing your hip forward to deepen the quad stretch. And switch sides. Rolling onto your back. One leg stays flat. You're taking the opposite leg, bringing it across your body, pushing a bit of pressure on your knee. You want both shoulders to stay flat on the ground. From here, you're taking this arm, crossing your body, and bringing it back over. Once you've done that 8 times, you're going to switch legs, bringing your opposite leg across your body, putting a tiny bit of pressure on the knee, keeping both shoulders on the ground. And same thing, you're going to take your arm, bringing it across your body and back down. Perfect. From here, flat on your back, fingers, wrists, elbows staying flat on the ground, and you're going to do floor angels, so you're bringing your elbows in towards your torso, trying to keep those 3 points as close to the ground as you can. We'll do that 8 times. Perfect. Once you've done that 8 times, you're going to slowly sit up. From here, your left leg is going to be extended. Your right foot is on the upper inner part of your thigh. You're hinging at your hips, leaning forward, grabbing onto your foot. If your back is really rounding or you're feeling a lot of tension or pain, just come to your shins or your knees or your ankles. Perfect. You're going to take that exact same leg, bringing it out to the side, and you're hinging sideways, grabbing onto the foot. And switch. Right foot out in front, left foot in the upper inner part of your thigh, hinging forward. Same leg, out to the side, hinging sideways. Perfect. Next, you're going to bring your feet together. Your chest is up, your back is are down. Perfect. Next, we'll go into 90-90 stretch. So both legs are bent 90 degrees. And you're going to put a bit of pressure on your back leg. And we're going to lift up the back foot in a slow and controlled motion 12 times. This will help your internal rotators. And you're just going to switch your legs. So you should be in 90-90 position just by turning your feet over. And once again, a tiny bit of pressure on your back leg. Sitting up straight, you're just going to lift that back foot up, nice and controlled 12 times. Perfect. Once you've done, slowly stand up. You're going to grab your dowel. If you don't have a dowel, what you can do is just put your hands behind your head and you're just going to twist like this. This is working on your T-spine rotation. Or sorry, your lumbar rotation. So if you do have a dowel, you're putting it behind your neck and you're just twisting 10 times each side. Stand on one knee, once again, 10 times. This is working on your T-spine rotation. And you're going to switch legs once again 10 times. Perfect. Once you've done that 10 times, you can put this down and your feet are flat and you're just going to sit on the back of your heels. From here, you're bringing your left arm across, putting a bit of pressure before or after the joint. And that same arm is going up and over and you're putting a bit of pressure backwards. And swap arms, right arm across your body, bit of pressure before or after the joint. And arm goes up and over. Perfect. And you're putting it underneath your leg. And you're just bringing your, you should feel a good stretch along here. Just gently use a bit of pressure. And switch sides. So pop your other hand underneath the opposite leg and just put a tiny, tiny bit of pressure on your head. Hands behind your back. You're going to bring your forehead parallel with the ceiling. And bring your chin to your chest. You're going to look over your right shoulder. And over your left. Perfect. So next we're going to move on to a bit of core. So there's going to be, I believe, 5 different movements. So we're going to be doing heel taps, crunches, bicycles, commandos, and squat with elbow to knee. So we'll do 20 of each, and we're just going to do that 2 times. So we'll start with heel taps. So heel taps, you're on the ground, and you're just tapping each heel. So we're going to do that first. We're going to do that 20 times on each side. Next, we're going to go into crunches. So you're just bringing your hands over top of your knees. We'll do that 20 times. Bicycles, your back is on the ground, and you're bringing your elbow to your knee 20 times per side. Then we're doing commandos. Those we'll do, these are a bit hard. We'll do 20 per side as well. So you're in plank position, and you're going down and back up. And then squat with elbow to knee, 20 per side as well. Squat, elbow to knee. Perfect. So we'll start with heel taps first. We won't get a break in between each one, but we'll get a break in between each set. And we'll get going in 3, 2, 1, go. Heel taps are going to go straight into crunches. Straight into bicycles, 20 per side. Next, we're going into commandos, so into a high plank and dropping down to your elbows and back up. So that's 1. Actually, we'll just do 20 in total. I lost count. and then straight into squat with elbow to knee. Those are harder than I remember. Perfect. We'll take a rest. And we're going to do that one more time. Might make elbows to knees 20 in total because I was so wrecked after that. Okay, so this round, heel taps 20 per side, bicycles 20 per side, crunches, commandos, squat and elbow 20 in total. And 3, 2, 1, go. Into crunches. Into bicycles. Into commandos. So high plank, dropping your elbow down and back up, and then do that on the opposite side. Get back into it. we'll say that's 20 because I lost count there. And squat with elbow to knee. And 20. Perfect. Thanks for joining, guys. I'll see you next week, Tuesday at 6:30.